Hello everyone. Today I'm going to discuss about spirulina, the superfood. In this video, I'm going to share with you about the origin, the nutritional composition, the therapeutic properties, and some more interesting information about spirulina. Spirulina is endorsed as a superfood and a miracle food of the sea. Spirulina is popular and well recognized as a dietary supplement nowadays. Spirulina plantensis is a blue-green algae known for its high protein content and therapeutic properties. People often consume spirulina as a dietary supplement as it is loaded with high amount of macro and micronutrients. From time immemorial, spirulina has been used as a source of food by ancient civilization. Spirulina was cultivated in the pond by the tribes of Africa and tribes of Mexico. They used it, spirulina, along with the staple crops and as a spread to their cereal foods. Spirulina is generally regarded as a safe food by FDA, and it can be consumed from zero point 0.5 to 3 milligrams per day. It can be consumed in the form of smoothies, fruit juices, in vegetables, and as spreads and sauces. Now, coming to the cultivation of spirulina. Nowadays, due to its popularity, spirulina, they are cultivated in artificial ponds under controlled situation. First of all, for starting the procedure, a small amount of spirulina, that is minimum amount of spirulina, is essential for inoculation. Once the minimum amount of spirulina is inoculated under controlled conditions and during favorable condition, the mass of spirulina began to develop into bushes. When the spirulina begins to develop into a dense mass, it is harvested and it is pressed and the water is removed. The reason for pressing spirulina is to maintain its coiled spiral shape. So after pressing, it is dried in a controlled, safe atmosphere. After, after that, according to our needs, spirulina is either made into a powder for incorporating in foodstuffs or can be used as capsules or tablets. Now, coming to the nutrient composition of spirulina, spirulina is loaded with macro as well as micronutrients. First nutrient is carbohydrate. It contains enormous amount of polysaccharides. Polysaccharides are difficult to digest and it takes time for digestion, unlike monosaccharides. Hence, it helps in the slow and steady rise of blood sugar, unlike monosaccharide, which makes the rise of blood sugar to a peak within a fast amount of time. Then, coming to the protein, spirulina has about 60 to 75% of high quality protein. It contains about 12 to 15 of the essential amino acids required for the human body. And then fat is present in the form of essential fatty acids. Example, gamma linoleic acid and docosahexaenoic acid, which are essential for the metabolic functioning of the body. Then it contains about 3 to 5% of fiber, both soluble and insoluble form. It contains minerals like potassium, zinc, selenium, magnesium, manganese, copper, and many other essential minerals. Coming to vitamins, it contains all the vitamin B complexes, vitamin E, vitamin C, And also it contains an excellent amount of iron and calcium, which are much essential for the proper functioning of the body. During the 60th session of the United Nations General Assembly, a draft resolution on the use of spirulina to combat hunger and malnutrition and help achieve sustainable development was submitted by underdeveloped countries. The greatest single problem in the world today is global food protein shortage. The best potential is seen in microbial protein or single cell protein, that is SCP, a new source of protein independent of agriculture. We don't require water, we don't require land, no labors, and these single cell proteins can be easily cultivated in a controlled atmosphere and condition. One among the suggested SCP is spirulina, and the other one is chlorella species. Even in developed and developing countries, spirulina is prescribed by doctors for malnourished patients to improve their nutritional status as well as to maintain the nutritional status. Spirulina offers special health benefits such as immunomodulatory, antimicrobial, antihypertensive, anti-allergic, anti-tumor, low blood sugar and cholesterol, and aids in weight loss. First of all, the three major bioactive components present in spirulina are the proteins phycocyanin, phycoerythrin, then the sulfated polysaccharides, gamma linolic acid, beta carotene, lutein. They play a significant role in imparting improved body functions. Research evidences show strong antioxidant, anti-cancer, antiviral properties. Spirulina also helps in combating with obesity, diabetes, and hypercholesterolemia. Spirulina is a potent free radical scavenger, and its ability to reduce reactive species like oxygen, hydroxyl, peroxyl, and hypochlorite helps it to give a antimicrobial and immunomodulatory property. An interesting information that I want to share with you all is NASA has approved, after relevant studies, NASA had approved spirulina as a potential food for space travel. The goal was to provide astronauts with foods that are rich in nutrients, vitamins, and minerals. Spirulina has about 18 of the 22 amino acids that the body needs, and also it is easily digested as well as absorbed and assimilated. The iron and the folate present in spirulina are in an easily absorbable form than the normal iron capsules and help them in enhancing the hemoglobin level of the body. And one more important property is that a maximum amount of spirulina